Hello, and welcome to Epic Interactions, where a couple guys and a couple girls get together to play some Dungeons and Dragons, have some fun, and try and stay alive. Today, Atreya will not be with us, as for she has a wedding to attend to. So our prayers are with her and having some fun over there, and hopefully not getting too drunk while everybody over here is going to be trying to stay alive. Emerald will also be joining us a little late. He also had something kind of come up, so he should be coming out shortly. Stay tuned in the chat. Our players will be in there as well. If you guys could get on your phones, make sure that we have at least those views, just so that way we go higher in the priority. Twitch runs the priority by how many views they are. So then how many views they get, higher in the priority we go, more people can see us. That was something I kind of saw earlier. With that, you can talk to our players, talk to them, encounter with them, help them if you wish, with some limitations. And don't forget, if you donate, you also can do certain things as well. Definitely take a look into the options there and maybe possibly be able to do that. Also, when you donate, when we get to $50, we'll be giving away a Dungeons and Dragons starter kit to people in the chat. Or one person in the chat, sorry. So I would highly recommend it. Talk to us, enjoy us, go to Facebook, like our page, talk to us there, make some suggestions, because I'm always looking to see who wants to kill our players. Alright, so besides our own people send to kill our own players.
That's right.
Rahun. So with last week, we had Rahun and Baltimore were bought out of prison, out of the Citadel jail, with no one really knowing who actually paid their bail. But the bail is paid, and the whole group was able to get reunited back at the Soaring Griffin, a hotel, or a hotel-like building at the Citadel Atlas City. We also found out that Cass met with some friends, Gloria and Finn, who run a magic shop there at the city, who have had encounters with her father, who is lost currently, and she is trying to maybe find him, maybe not, depending on however she goes to take it. Rahun, a runaway betrayer, or quote unquote, more to that to come.
Bastard betrayer.
Bastard betrayer. Baltimore, our cleric. He is a cleric with some dark entities inside of him. So, more to that to come as well. Emerald is a druid thus far, trying to figure out what the heck is going on and what exactly is his family. Just due to last week, we found out that Emerald quite possibly could have a brother that is dragonborn when he is half elf. No, elf. So, with that, we're going to kind of dive in on this week's session. Is there any other announcements that I forgot to make? Donations. Donations go to, half of them go to military veterans. We all have ties to veterans in some way, shape, or form, and we try to keep it updated. Irma went through here. We're good. Some other people are not, but just keep them in your prayers as well. So, is there anything else?
Emerald will have a new character next week after I kill him this episode.
Now, okay. Declaration of killing. I'm gonna DM smite that. And we'll go ahead and
Come at me.
We're gonna go ahead and get started.
I'm at full health again. Let's do this.
Alright, so I have some notes here because I want to make sure I got it all.
You ready to do some fighting or something?
Always.
We're going to start off with Cass. As last week, everybody fell asleep. Dreams began to take them as everybody fell asleep. You, Rahun, were tied up by Baltimore. Hands bound, legs bound, and then I guess one around the waist as well. Right?
Yes.
Is that how we did it? I want clarification.
It was his legs, his hands. I bound his hands together, I bound his legs together, and then I bound him to the bed.
Yeah. So hands together, legs together, and then him to the bed. Around the waist?
if I like used all the ropes, so whatever that it would have entailed, I would have went over like chest, waist,
What I'm
legs.
saying is
like,
his hands like bonded but free, or bonded and also like to his chest.
Yeah, bonded to his chest.
Sounds good. So we're gonna start off. It's specific. I'm sorry, I have to make sure there's something that happens. Cass, we start off with you as darkness takes you first. You come to vision, feeling the wind in your hair, the body of a beast beneath you. As you see, it's an owl, a massive owl, Corvus. You've never seen Corvus get this big, but you're actually flying him, riding him upon the countryside. You take a look to the south, and at this vantage point, you can almost feel like you can see the whole continent. To the south, you see almost peaceful, serene. Stuff growing, things blossoming, cities trading, very fine. To the north, where the mountain great barrier is, the iron wall, the glide forest, it all seems to have this doom feeling to it. This almost like dreaded feeling with it, like it's all about to be lost in some way, shape, or form. Corvus takes you north to the Great Barrier. Within the Great Barrier of the mountain ranges tumbling over, you see a massive crater. Actually, now you see a couple of massive craters. Go ahead and roll a history check for me.
14.
14. You look at the massive craters, you try to recall what your father has told you about them long ago when you were going to bed and he would tell you stories. But you can't quite recall what it is, especially in your sedated state. Beyond the mountains, you see another mountain cluster, but this one's not actually land mountains, it's more of crystals. A bunch of crystals kind of laying upon each other almost to make its own mountain. I'm going to have to ask you to make an investigation check. With the crystals very clear, chic almost you can see yourself at the distance, which is very weird.
17.
As you are flying by, you notice that there is a massive blue eye that is seen through the crystal. Beyond that,
Do I see anything else around it?
it's just what you're seeing. It's all in the drink. As you're going beyond that crystal mountain, you see the end of the continent, and then ocean, vast ocean amongst. You see another continent way, way, way past, almost on the horizon. But you also see another cluster of islands, all kind of in a circle, a sphere, if you will. You come up on that cluster, and you begin to look down as the water starts to churn amongst all of the islands, beginning this huge whirlpool. As it gets faster and faster and faster, you're almost scared of the fact that maybe Corvus might even get pulled into this just due to the force and the winds that are now growing in this area. Below, you see a massive gate.
In the whirlpool?
In the whirlpool, beyond the gate, Corvus dives down. And for a second, you lose your breath, and your vision changes. Now you're in a hallway. A massive hallway, about 30 to 60 feet. You can't quite tell just due to the vision of the dream. As you walk down the hallway, you notice that the walls almost are changing at this point. They go from, you can see it being built, to the walls nice and strong and sturdy. Even the floors begin to change as now it starts getting to almost like rotting, stone crumbling,
Kind of like it's decaying
rubble.
before my
Yes,
eyes.
it's literally doing this, and then it just turns to ash, where it's just literally just you, that hallway, and the door. But then all of a sudden you start seeing the walls again start to build themselves as this cycle begins again and again. And you come up and you meet to this red, massive, garnet double doors. That's your drain.
So I just walk up to it, and that's it. Then I
That's
wake
as
up.
far as you know right now. We're gonna come back to Emerald, but because he should be coming here shortly. Rahun, you take vision. You're strapped against a post of some sort. Same way you're being bound. You're almost stuck in between two scenes. If you look to your left, you see the mountain of your iron wall. However, you again look at yourself. You notice that the same straps that are usually, you know these straps. They're the straps that are used in your clan to show a sign of betrayers, where you're getting stuck up and to literally be shown off to the mountain. You know you're about to undergo the punishment of the mountain slash. You know this to be where every person in the mountain must slash you at least once or sear you with a brand. If you live and do not beg for death, you can once again live amongst your city. If you beg for death or die, your clan's honor is restored, essentially. But no one really knows. Nobody's ever been through that. Also, as you're looking into the mountain, you hear hammers, steel, drums, forges flaring up. The war machines are rumbling. The smell of sulfur and ash and coal being just filling your lungs. The fires flare up in either sides of the mountain. You know that the mountain is preparing for war. To your right, there are people laying down in beds. You know, you get this feeling, just like in a dream, that these are the people that betrayed you, and they're just sitting there, lying there, just sleeping. You see your axe held against the wall.
I reach towards my axe.
You're currently bounded. I need you to make a strength check.
16.
You go to get out, and it's almost like you feel just the massive, and you just can't get in. But you end up cutting yourself. You know that this is a possibility for rage.
I'll go over to the mountains again. I'll go over to the right. What do I see in front of me?
It's just like it's almost like two scenes. So it's almost like right in front of you. I mean, you can tell like one half leading down is steps where you see multiple dwarves kind of coming over. You see the women and children picking their either knives, brands, axes, just to come up and go cut you. To the right, it almost looks like you're against the wall. So you have the platform. Your axe is sitting on the wall, and then you have the beds. And even as you look and you try and figure out who those people are, you can't really tell. The blanket's over them. So you know that those three people betrayed you, but you don't know who they are. You don't know if they're dwarf, human, elf. You can't tell.
Alright, I'll go on to my rage.
You go in rage.
And I'll try to break the ropes again.
Okay.
This time with advantage, right?
Straps are just too well bound. As you see one of the little kids, very young, comes up to you, blade in hand. You can tell he doesn't want to do this, but his mom's making him. He kind of comes up to you, looks in your eyes, and you see it, but you can't hear it. I'm sorry. And he goes to stab you as your vision pulls out. You're almost again, now you're looking at the continent. Your vision veers toward the mountain, the Great Wall, the Great Barrier. Make a perception check.
11.
11. Your vision goes forward, right over the mountains. It goes down, and then you go going straight through the mountain, down into the darkness beneath the mountain. As your vision pulls down, you hear, "Free me." You go into darkness. You hear the words, "I'm surprised that the link runs this far." As one eye opens, a very small eye, red. Another eye, yellow. Another one, white, blue, black, gold, silver, gray, green. And then a bone eye comes up, where you can barely see it, but it's there. It's just made out of bone with a very red, faint dot in the middle. As the last eye, massive, way bigger, about 5 times the size of all the other eyes, opens, purple. And right as he says that, you see the eye kind of start looking around. "Wait, no, I need him! He's mine!" And you get pulled out again. But this time you're also in a hallway. The same hallway. And you see the walls change as you're walking through again. Building, prime, strong, starting to go to rubble, to ash. As time itself seems to have no meaning here. Before you, you see Emerald. You see Cass. That one's yours. Atreya is not with us, but I am going to go ahead and say it so that way at least people at home will be able to know what it is. Atreya meets an old friend in the forest. A stag that brought her to paladinship. The stag allows her to mount on him as he starts running the countryside. About 2 days east, there's another small outpost, wall. 4 massive stone walls, and inside just a very small village. First thing you notice, she sees women, children crying, trying to comfort one another. As you see the men, nothing but farmers, not really soldiers, dressing up in armor, putting down their pitchforks, trying to grab a sword, trying to fly it around. You can tell these people are not trained. Kids, not but 12, also picking up swords, picking up armor, picking up what they can. It looks like they're going to try and defend their city with no other aid. The stag takes you further east. You don't know how much time, you don't know if it's a day, half day, or 2 days. But as you continue to move, you realize that there's another massive amount of people, a mob of what looks to be goblins. Massive goblins, trolls, hobgoblins. You can tell that they're also heading to this city. The sound of battle drums, horns, and chants. The stench of goblins fill the ears and nose. The stag turns and begins to take north to the Glide Forest, where she was partially raised, quite near the Glide Forest. She arrives at a massive, beautiful tree, and the stag begins to jump from branch to branch. Coming to the very top, she believes that she sees that this massive elven city in the treetops. She goes to a meeting area where she sees an old friend. His name is Val. He's sitting there with elders discussing something in this meeting. Can't tell whether it's important or not important, but she begins to see the session get tense, almost as if to discuss the fate of this continent. as if the future of the continent hangs on the edge of a knife, ready to fall either direction, and they have to be the ones to make this decision on whether or not where this knife should land. A decision is made as some elders get grim, and the stag turns and presents a door. She also begins to walk this hallway as now everybody sees Atreya coming through, also looking at the walls. Each of you being able to see one another in this dream, very weird. Baltimore. You come to, almost as if this, you're just on a plain, just a massive, almost meadow-like structure. You look up and you see massive giants, 3 of them, all kind of silhouetted out amongst the clouds. In the middle, you know him very well, Marlesh. However, he looks almost disappointed, not really sure why. To the left, you see a silhouette, another one. This one you see horns and wings, but you only see the silhouette. You can't make out any details. You can see he's massive. To the right, you see another individual, massive as well. Also 2 heads, 4 arms. But you also can't make out any details there. As you look from each and every single side, whether that be left, middle, or right, you feel the sense of accomplishment. But from the left, you feel power. From the middle, Marlesh, you feel peace. From the right, you feel a sense of conquering, like you have, or going to be, going to conquer something. When you look back to the left, your vision flashes. You're sitting upon a throne with black spikes, spires by you, columns being raised, red drapes in the background. As the vision pulls out, hundreds of thousands kneeling before your feet. In the middle, the sense of peace. You see yourself in a glowing garb and glowing skin, talking to other individuals you don't recognize. To the right, you feel that sense of conquering, or going to conquer. You're on a 2-tone, black and red, crystal dragon flying over a battlefield. I need you to make an investigation check.
$18.
18. I'm gonna raise your volume real quick just so that way I make sure I can hear you. 18. You take a minute to look as this massive dragon. You look over to your left and right to see what is of the countryside. You notice that stuff is nothing but ash and fire. As the army beneath you, you know that it's yours, begin running toward this massive, bright yellow gate. On the other side, you see an army standing there waiting, preparing for this. All with blue, gold, yellow, red, different colors, all standing as one against you. And you begin to start heading toward this gate, faster and faster upon this dragon. The second you hit the gate, you hit into a hallway. You're again there. You see everybody in your party there, all taking a look at the walls, trying to figure out what's going on. You see this cycle again continue as the walls turn from rubble to ash, back to being constructed. Nothing past them, just darkness, but the walls just changing. I'm going to go to Emerald. Unfortunately, he's not here currently to see it, but for the viewers at home. Emerald. Starting in the woods where he was known, where he grew up, where his family made their camp, their cabin. He sees his mother laying in the middle of the forest. She's crying, pregnant, giving birth. He looks for his dad, but nobody's there. It seems pretty comfortable. She has a bed. There's in the middle of the forest, though, with a fire and some other stuff. He sees a cauldron, almost as if somebody is supposed to be living in this area. She cries out, finally giving birth. Not to an elf, but to a dragonborn. Out of the darkness, an individual comes out. Woman-like structure, but not definitely a human or elf or race that is acceptable in the world. She comes out and takes the dragonborn, saying something he can't quite hear. The wilderness around him, the trees begin to slump over and wither, almost as if to sign disappointment. The trees begin to turn into a face, a massive face, one that he's familiar with. The woman that he saw when he was dying. She turns to him and says, "Emerald, I'm glad to see that our connection is still here. I can't tell you how much I love you and I miss you. I long for you to come back to me. But you are lost and forgotten, and you must follow the path that is given." As a nice hand comes out, and the trees begin to open up as a path is laid before him. You must follow the ones that have been chosen to be with you, and regain your right to be with me. And remember my name. My name is Gaia. As he begins to walk down the path, making sure not to stray, the trees turn to stones, and he begins to see just cats, supposed to be the second person that makes this dream, this journey, if you will. Just seeing you there, he begins to walk up to you, also analyzing the wall. You all are there in this hallway, big garnet double door standing before you. You look back down the path. There's nothing there. You have no choice but to move forward. But who opens the door? I leave that to you.
I'll open it. I'm in front.
You go to open the door as a massive light of blue energy almost to spark in. Roll an investigation or a perception check.
I still have my mug.
Wait, you said perception? 17.
17. You begin to open the door just a crack, and you notice that the room inside has columns, rubble on the sides. As you're just being able to peer in, you hear the massive energy pulsing, almost like electricity going through. I believe that was Emerald that just tried to get in touch with us, I believe. So let me see if I can get him in here. Sorry for those waiting at home. He should have been on at 9 when he was supposed to be on.
There he is.
There he is. Emerald, did you happen to hear your story?
What up?
Saw, dude.
Did you happen to hear your dream?
No, I did not.
Well, that's too bad. You'll have to go back and listen to it.
Yeah. Fine by me.
Fast forward, you saw the birth of a dragonborn. You saw the lady that you saw when you were dead. She tells you she loves you and misses you, and that wants you to be with her again. But she says that you must follow the path. You walk down this path, and she tells you her name. Her name is Gaia. You end up in this hallway where time doesn't seem to have a presence, where the walls are just being created and being destroyed right in front of you. You see the party there as you guys begin to open the door. Cass, being the one to open the door, you hear the electricity.
Mm-hmm. And I see columns. That's what you said?
You see columns, rubble. Again, time is no presence here. As you begin to open it up, you see 3 massive thrones. And 3 people with what looks like gold armor.
Sitting on them?
Yeah.
No problem.
And then everybody wakes up. Cass being the only one to see that, as she was the only one able to
Wait,
open the
did
door.
I get any details of the people?
That's
Just
it.
They were wearing gold
That's
armor?
it.
Like,
That's it.
males or females?
It is the dream.
Don't assume their gender.
You all wake up. You notice that Atreya is not there. She leaves a note telling that she is going to go to her family, as if this disturbing image in her head might have something to do with it.
Does she say that in the note? That it might have something to do with it?
Yeah. And she leaves. Or she's gone. You don't know where she's at, but
Am I still bound?
yeah, you're still bound.
Someone
Will I be the first one to
untie
wake
me.
up since I'm like 4 hours?
You guys are all free to wake up as you wish. Emerald.
Have we been asleep for 8 hours?
Yeah.
Everybody has full HP, all that good stuff. You have 1 exhaustion point away, so now you have 3.
Did I actually use a
Lit.
Tying Rahun.
No. What was that?
I start untying Rahun.
Alright. And
How
I
many
immediately
exhaustion
run to
points
the
do I have?
nearest bathroom. And I'm going to do that in real life too.
Okay.
Exhaustion points. What was that? How many?
You have 3 now.
I had 4 before.
Yes.
Okay. And what was the quick summary of my dream? Something about
Oh,
later
you're gonna have to
next
go
time?
back. I ain't doing it again. I did it twice for you.
I literally wasn't here, but okay.
No, I literally went through it again while you were here.
Something about Gaia was all I heard.
Okay. Go back and listen to it.
Ooh.
A woman named Gaia, she was giving birth to a dragonborn.
No, he saw his mother give birth to a dragonborn, and Gaia was another girl that he saw when he was dead.
Oh.
Lit. That's all I needed to know. Thank you.
And then we all ended up in the same hallway in front of 2 big red doors.
That's where we're at currently?
No, in
Oh.
our dream, that's where all of our dreams ended. In the same hallway in front of the same doors.
Do we know what hallway it is?
No. Just that it's somewhere in the north in the mountains. Or maybe not. Never mind. Go back.
Okay. Good enough.
So you all wake up and you're free to do what you wish for the day.
I'll go over on Tyroon.
Baltimore already did that. And I ran to the bathroom, so I'm just coming back, and I'm like, so, what are we doing?
Did anybody else have a particularly vivid dream last night?
Yes, indeed. You were there. You were there. You were there. And it was a very bad dream. Because you were all there. I'm just kidding. Yeah, it was weird though. There was something about like my people go to war. I had the opportunity to get revenge on the people who betrayed me. I think it was them at least. I couldn't really see their faces. And I was bound to some posts, like I was bound to the bed.
Why would you be bound?
Because I was being tortured. It's a weird dream, like I said. I don't know. Probably because of that.
Right, Inception.
when I was listening to the videos, I could hear the stuff over here when you guys were talking.
So she's
Sorry.
an insight check.
I'm inside checking in.
Roll it.
13.
You make a deception check.
Oh. A 3.
He's blind. Well, tell him the truth, but he's definitely holding a lot of stuff back.
That's it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure. I saw a whirlpool, and then I was right in Corvus, and we flew down into the whirlpool, and then I ended up in the hallway.
Yeah, I got stabbed by a little kid and then I ended up in the hallway. Yours was a much better dream. Can we switch dreams next time?
Based on the insight check that you've made, you know that when he says he got stabbed and went straight to the door, you know he was lying.
Baltimore, what did you see in your dreams?
I saw my deity. Seemed very disappointed in me.
What
Emerald?
color is your deity?
Well, I'm pretty sure Krukos is my brother.
What makes you think that?
Well, I had a dream, and in that dream, my mother gave birth to a dragonborn.
Man, that is so crazy. So how much is she for a night? Just curious.
First of all, don't ever talk about my mother like that, and I will kill you. Second,
Are we talking like 300, 500 mid-range?
As soon as he says, or I will kill you, I immediately grab my hammer and my sword and I like start weighing them in my hand like, which one of these am I going to use right now?
and second, I don't think she had an option in that birth, from the way that the dream was portrayed. So, that being said, also, I found out possibly who Death is. Or at least the lady that I saw last time I was dead. Very pretty woman, huge eyes. I know her name now. So,
What color were her eyes?
they were green.
Green. And what color is your deity?
My deity, that's a
Not
good
you.
question.
Baltimore.
I do not know off the top of my head.
Gold?
I assume gold. Ish. Something to do with gold.
What color are your eyes?
Mine?
Not yours. Stop. I'm not talking to you. I
Oh.
figured out what information I need from you. Okay. What color are your eyes?
Mine are the brown.
Okay. Like, step on my tippy toes and like looking
But-
around.
Why are you so concerned with eyes? Did you see eyes in your
Nothing.
dream? I actually
No.
saw an eye in my dream too. It was in the crystal mountain, and there was a massive blue eye inside
Blue?
the crystal.
It wasn't purple?
I forgot that part. No, it was blue.
It was blue? Not
blue.
purple.
What does the color
You saw a
matter?
purple eye?
No.
He's lying. And also, by the way, he's answering it. He kind of like, no.
Really?
What does it matter what color it was?
No, exactly. There is no reason not for it.
Well, good.
In the dream, was it like set up in any pattern? Did it like do any kind of like?
You can tell that it was like that kind of shape, and all the eyes were kind of like this, but they were all kind of like, once they showed up, they all started to like intertwine and like pull out again.
Well, so they weren't like actually standing still the whole time.
No.
They were like.
They were moving.
Okay. Gotcha.
Did anybody else open the door in their dream, or see me open the door?
I saw you open the door.
Everybody saw it.
Did everybody see in it?
No. What did you see?
I felt this energy pulsing from inside the room. I saw these massive columns and rubble, and I saw 3 massive thrones, and there were people on them. I didn't get any features of the people except that they were wearing gold armor.
Hey, Baltimore.
Yeah.
Due to your passive perception, I think you're the only one high enough to get it. You're above a 20, right?
Yeah.
As people are starting to talk and whatnot, you notice that everybody, on their neck, you can tell that there's this symbol. I don't know if you can see that.
Okay.
And for those at home, it's like a C with a dot in the middle of it. As everyone now has 1 chrono point.
Chrono point. Are these permanent things that we should be keeping track of for a while? Should I write it on my character sheet?
You should always know how much they have, or how much you have.
Okay. How do you spell it?
CHRONO.
C-H-R what?
ONO.
So, when did you all go and get tattoos? That wasn't you?
What are you
What
talking
are you
about?
talking about?
Wait, what time of day is it right
Start
now?
inspecting my body.
It's like 10:30ish, 11. You guys all overslept.
Oh,
I start checking my body. Like what he's talking about.
Start feeling your body. You feel your skin. You don't feel any like.
No, like I mean like looking and stuff.
Oh, you started looking.
So I immediately start
What are you-
getting
what are you
dressed, and I'm gonna make my
blabbering
way to the lobby.
I start looking at Baltimore, inspecting his body. Do I see any mark on him?
Yeah, you see the same mark against his neck.
Is there a mirror or anything in the room?
Yeah, I would say
Yeah.
there is. Yeah.
Okay, I go over to the mirror and I start like looking at my neck.
Yeah, you see it's small.
I'll
It's-
stand on the little stool if I have to reach
Yeah,
the
it's
mirror.
it's small, about an inch. You know, just off.
What the hell is this?
I have one too.
Yeah.
Do they all look the same?
Have I gotten dressed and left the room yet?
I look at hers and I look at mine in the
You're
mirror.
still exhausted, so
Do they all
your
look the
speed
same?
is still halved.
Is
So
there any differences between
So I'm still getting dressed.
yeah, yeah. He's like,
Are there any real differences between our markings?
no.
Pretty similar.
You
Alright.
notice like yours is black, hers is like kind of like a deeper black. Like hers is like vivid black, and everybody else has just
Mine's
like
a faded tattoo.
Yeah.
Hers is a brand new, just got done at the shop kind of tattoo. I got
like you can tell like if it was like to target, she's prime Uno.
it.
Not that it is to target. I'm
Alright,
just saying
guys.
like basic.
I know you all had your fun with tying me up, but tying me up and then forcing a tattoo on me, not cool, guys. Not cool.
Rahoon, if we all have one, what makes you think we did this too?
I don't know. I just figured I wouldn't get this damn hideous thing on me.
I walk over and I start helping Emerald get dressed.
All right, so you start helping him put on his pants and shit and whatnot.
I just kind of like open the front door a little bit and I peek my head out a little bit. It's
Hallway.
Is Corvus still in the room?
Anything? Nobody's outside or anything like that, right? We're all good.
Yeah, everyone's good.
Do owls dream? Corvus, did you have a weird dream last night?
Woo. Woo.
Does the whole like 360 head spin.
I wish I could do it, but I can't.
Yeah.
It's like I just fall to the floor, just dead. It's just like
I will be your new DM.
Is it possible to do like a history check for Corvus?
I missed my hot date.
what are you trying to what
Like as we're
You
talking
missed
this
your
out
hot
loud,
date?
even though
With
Corvus
who?
didn't have a dream, as he's hearing this, would he be able
The
to
receptionist.
connect
Oh.
what he might know from
You
the
better
father?
get up there.
you're talking about the
Better
crater?
Get up there quick
I
before your
know.
chances
Or
are gone.
anything.
Sure. Roll a history check for him. I mean, he doesn't know what you're trying to ask. You're just literally just asking, hey, do you know anything about my father? that what you're asking?
Well, no, I'm saying that as we're talking and just dialoguing and he's hearing it, if he would like make any connections, I guess. I'm not necessarily asking.
Emerald, you get dressed.
Fantastic.
You start heading down. You're just like, you're just like touching the wall. You're falling asleep again.
I'm gonna help him
I'm
get to
I'm
the
heading
receptionist.
to the desk.
All right. It looks like
Oh,
Baltimore and Rahun are like, hey, we're gonna get you some, bro.
We'll be your wingman right now.
I walk over to Corvus and I cast tongues on it.
Okay.
And then I looked at Cass. All right, Cass, go on and ask him now.
I don't know if tongues actually works with, because there is an animal, like a speak with animals. I don't know if it's considered to be the same thing.
Commune with him.
Yes, commune with animals.
This spell grants the creature you touch the ability to understand any spoken language it hears. Moreover, when the target speaks, any creature that knows at least one language can hear the target understand what it says.
Oh, I kind of got the impression that he could just understand me all the time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he can't understand you all the time.
But now, even if he hoots, we would still understand what he says.
Yeah, but it's like basic literal, like, so if you go to tell him, like, he understands it, but he can only give to you in like the basic of base. So like, if you say, oh, the Cheez-Its are, you know, you could be like, oh, that Cheez-It joke was so cheesy. What he's literally gonna understand is that the Cheez-It, like, there was a joke, but he was actually like cheesy. Like, if I were to taste the joke, it's actually cheesy. Like, it has like
It takes it very literal.
it's a very literal thing.
Guardians of the Galaxy. His
So he
people
would have
never-
to ask a very literal question.
Yeah, essentially. It's
So
kinda
Corbin, did you have a dream that is similar to any of ours last night?
I said we start off slow and say, "Hey, Corvus, did you have a dream?" We gotta also think: does this bird know what a dream is?
Go ahead. I mean, give it a shot. Why not?
What am I rolling for?
What are you asking him?
Did you have a dream?
No.
There we go. Corvus did not have a dream.
Do you know anything about the islands in the north? In a circle.
Corvus, have you been to this city before?
Yes.
Do you know this city very well?
What is well?
When you fly around, do you know where you are at all places of the city, no matter where you fly?
It is familiar.
Okay. Were you here in the city with her father?
Yes.
How recently?
When was the last time you saw my father?
You need to ask yes or no questions to the bird.
I
Did you see her father in the last 6 months?
months.
Doesn't know what
Yes
months
or
are
no?
and stuff like that.
Do you know where my father is?
No. Make an insight check.
Why would he be lying to me?
Protect you.
18.
You believe him.
Wow. Corvus.
Gloria and Finn can be trusted, yes?
Yes.
Do we have other friends in the city?
Yes.
Where are they? Can you bring us to our allies of this city, our friends?
Friends?
Yes. Can you bring us to our friends, or your friends, or
Bring?
your friends? Fly us to.
Fly? So like Corvus starts to like
Wait, no.
they
Oh yes, we want him to lead us fly to our friends.
What's your favorite food?
Yeah, it's your favorite food. Do you like
birds. I guess other birds, yeah.
do you like cooked or uncooked? Raw or
Probably it's
cooked?
nice. Nice.
Are you more than just an owl?
Am I more than just a what?
An owl.
No. Roll an
Insight.
insight.
May I roll an insight check on that too?
I don't think that's good enough. 21.
You believe him? He's just an owl.
He's a wise owl is what he is. Those big doughy eyes.
Do you know anything about the craters in the north?
Craters?
Massive holes in the ground?
No.
So I've done a bit of traveling. Do I know anything
Dude,
about?
you're like halfway down the hallway, brother. You got half speed. And it's a long hallway.
So I actually am down the hallway?
Yeah, you're down the hallway.
I helped you out the door.
He's like
Incredible.
against
I
the
thought
wall.
Heard
He's
Corey
like-
start talking. He was like, see
he's
ya.
like against the wall, like, you know, just like, he's just like, oh god, you know.
That's fine. No, that's fine. Leave me. I thought I was still in the room. Keep going.
I point to my neck. Have you seen this before?
No.
Insight check.
He said, I'm on the insight.
Corvus. Do you
22.
know my people?
You believe him?
Do you know my people? Have you ever been to the mountains?
Mountains?
Is there a window?
Yeah, I'll say them.
Is there a view of like some mountains?
Way in the distance, like
He's
way.
an owl, though. His eyes are better than
He
mine.
does, correct.
I say mountains and I point to the mountaintops. Have you ever been there?
Yes.
With my father?
Yes.
How old are you, Bird?
Oh?
Concept with age and stuff. Are you hungry?
Hungry?
Eat.
Yes. As he like readjusts himself on like the platform.
Can I grab some food out of my bag? I know I have some.
Yeah. He just starts.
We should do this more often.
I agree.
I think for now, let's see what information we can get from Finn and Gloria, and then we'll come back to Gloria when we have more specific questions to ask.
I agree.
So you guys all starting to head out?
Now those mountains that I pointed
To the Great Bar.
to. Okay. I was like,
The ones in.
those are mine, right?
Yeah.
I was like,
Well,
Um.
did we all dream about them? I dreamed about them.
he.
He never specified.
Yeah, I never. Well, no, I specified
He
that my
said
mountains.
mountains.
He
I
said my mountains. He's
you
not.
don't know.
He's not. You don't know what type of mountains
don't.
are.
Except now I just pointed essentially to my. So you can put one to one together. Like, But Emerald's Dream didn't have any mountains, and I don't think Baltimore had any. No, Baltimore did have.
You don't know. So Emerald's down the hallway. You finally get to the receptionist's desk. You see it coming up. You see somebody sitting there. You're kind of hazy in your vision. As you finally get there, you take a look, and then you see what seems to be like a golem, but it's not like a massive golem. It's actually look like a human-sized golem. As he kind of.
And I walk up slowly and I say, excuse me, sir.
And he like grabs the book and pushes it over to you.
I say, I'm looking for a young lady. She was here last night. Do you know where I might be able to find her?
Please sign your way out.
Well, I'm not leaving yet. I would just like to know... Oh, Amber was her name. Where might I find Amber?
Please sign your way out. You can tell that this golem has been. He only has looks like to have like an enchantment that only has a certain a set of responses, and that's it.
So if I check out right now, does that mean like I'm checked out of the room for good?
Based on every other place you've been to, yeah. Are you guys?
Do I have everything with me?
Are you guys leaving the room?
Yeah, we're me and Cass kind of started like chit-chatting about Owl and how like it's pretty cool that we got that, and we agreed that we're gonna go try and talk to Finn and Gloria.
Sure.
A little more.
Baltimore, what are you doing?
Yeah, I was following him.
All right. So as this happens, you guys literally come up on Emerald, and he's like sitting there, like hand on the chair, looking at this. What is golem?
I just pick Emerald up.
I started inspecting that column. It's
Wait,
made of stone, right?
where are we going? I need to find Amber.
I inspect that stone.
Run it.
I pick Emerald up.
Make a strength
Do I
check.
have do I have everything with me?
Yeah, everything's with you as far as you know. I mean, you picked up everything, right? You said you put everything on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're solid.
Emerald, I think
All
you
right.
missed your date.
Well, Baltimore, we need to find Amber. First mission.
12.
First.
Yeah, we'll get right on that as I'm carrying you.
12. You
That's
can't
fine,
really
yes,
point out
just-
what type of stone this is.
You
This
can't.
is the first time that you've seen this type of stone. You've never seen it before.
I look at the golem. I'm like, can I just have like a pinky? Can I have your pinky?
Please sign out.
Come on, Rahul.
I come back to it.
Which is a little.
I
You're
know.
just like,
Stand still. Like, keep holding that book.
So you guys all leave.
Mhm.
So you guys all leave. You come out to the road. You see it's full and lively. People are all about doing their thing. You guys are free to do what you wish.
Perception check everything. See if we're being watched or anything like that by the guards.
Sure.
And I let Corvus go so he can go kill some mice or do whatever.
12.
12.
Yeah.
Everybody seems like they're doing their normal thing.
So, which way to Finn and Gloria's?
I got 26 on that.
On that perception.
Yeah.
Okay. You definitely notice that the guards are keeping an eye on you guys. At this point, you notice like there are a couple guards kind of stationed around, and they have their eyes on you.
Do I see these guards?
No.
But they're not advancing on us. But
No. You can tell they're just kind of like working their post, but they just kind of making a point to keep looking in your direction almost.
Yeah.
Can I also do a perception check?
Sure.
So, Cass, which way to Finn and
Right?
Gloria's?
This way.
Awesome.
I'm gonna start walking towards Finn and Gloria's.
Okay.
I constantly keep checking my stuff.
Sure.
I got a 22.
22. You see the guards at this point.
Do you have advantage?
I'm gonna walk up to the guard.
Yes, you do have a disadvantage. Thank you.
Who?
You have
You.
disadvantage due to you being exhausted still.
Okay.
In fact, you could just use the day to sleep.
Yeah, 13 plus 8. So that is
Or not.
21.
that one. 21.
Alright, 21, yeah, you still see it. So,
Wonderful. I walk up to the guards.
okay.
I'm carrying you. How are you walking?
I get down from his arms and I walk up to the guards.
You got
Strength check.
yeah, strength check, a disadvantage.
That's you.
I love it. He's being like Casey. In
Okay.
the first version. He's like, yeah, just
Strength
do this.
check.
Oh.
With disadvantage. Let's see. Here we go.
So what else is take?
15 plus 3 is 18.
You just died, man. You just came back to life. You just get that
Natural
poop.
20. So I'll take that 18.
Roll a 20, not natural.
Alright, so yeah, so you struggle a little bit and he's just like kind of holding you in. He's like, no, you're not leaving.
You've died once. You're not dying
All I
again.
want is this date, man. Just give this to me.
Okay, you're old and you're extremely exhausted right now. Any chance that you think that you have with her is not going to work. Because
my
you
God.
genuinely look like death right now. Hence why I'm carrying you. If there was
She'd
a
probably
real
break you
He's
in
like,
half, son.
just for you.
You would be a literal dead body for the rest of the day.
The threat.
Yeah.
Fine, whatever.
So
I'll just
you,
be dead weight. You carry me around all day. You have fun with that.
as Emerald's body just goes limp. You guys start heading toward Glorium's and Finn's. Time passes, nothing kind of happens. You guys get there. You go inside. You open the door. You see the halfling. He's over around, just doing his business. Keeps going.
Hi, Gloria.
Oh yes, yeah. She's in the back.
I'll let you handle the talking and stuff once. I'm gonna start just kind of inspecting the store, being that this is, I think, the first time I've been inside the store.
Yes.
now. So I'm gonna start looking for materials, specifically forging materials.
Sure.
I'm gonna try and pull Gloria back into that room where we were talking, kind of away from everybody, so we can talk privately.
Do
definitely
I
need
see
blacksmithing
Gloria?
tools. So that's a
Not
big-
yet, no.
That's a big thing I'm looking for is blacksmithing.
All right.
Make an investigation.
Gloria, can I speak to you for a moment?
You don't see her.
Oh, okay. I thought you said she was in the back.
Yeah, she's in the back. You gotta go through the door in the back.
Oh,
Do I get
sorry.
advantage for
Going back.
knowing what type of quality I would want?
You have no
for?
idea about the store.
So I go find Gloria.
All right, so you go to the back. Baltimore, are you following Cass or Rahul?
Yeah, I'm following
Perception
Cap.
or investigation?
Investigation.
Investigation, I got 8.
You'd be looking for one.
Okay.
So you get to the back. You knock.
Gloria?
So the door opens up. Oh, hey girl, what you need? I got stuff to do, and you can tell like he just woke up. It's Finn.
Hey Finn, is Gloria around?
Yeah, you bet your butt she is. She in the back. She's doing something. She's been talking about aerobics lately. I don't know why. She ain't gonna get any bigger. You know what I'm saying?
So I walk back and he's talking about find Gloria.
So he goes back, and then he sees Baltimore walks in. And he goes, "Oh, hey, sugar."
Oh,
Oh.
Finn, this is Baltimore.
Why are you carrying that dead rat in here? Who's that? Get
The
that
dead rat named Emerald.
camera.
Nice
That's
to
that
meet-
ghost. Cass, is this the ghost?
That's him.
Oh, what's up, ghost?
What's up, Ghost?
So nice.
And,
Hey, Finn. You're Finn,
you
right?
know who Finn is.
Oh.
And you're off doing your own thing.
Trying to get
Baltimore,
some
just out of curiosity, what's your charisma?
16?
16?
Yeah.
I can barely hear you.
16.
16. So, as you walk by, you get this uncomfortable feeling as Finn just kind of turns his head. Oh, I'm gonna get some sugar, and he closes the door behind him. And he just kind of follows. He's like, all right. He just stays behind Baltimore.
After some time, I walk up to Baltimore and
Wait, did you go to the back now? Because the door just shut. You were out looking. You were looking at the store.
oh, okay. I thought you talked like he was he closed the front door. Like
No,
he
he
just walked
closes.
through.
There's like the front door and then the
No,
store.
I got you now.
And the
Yeah,
back
yeah.
door.
I just
and
thought with him carrying
Yeah.
Emerald, he might have come in a little bit like after us, but no worries, no worries. So then yeah, I'll keep looking around, and I guess do I notice everybody's going to the halfling for things?
Yeah.
I will also go after some time of not being able to find it. I'm gonna go to the halfling now.
Sure. He goes, oh yes, second floor. Up there. And he just kind of points in one area.
I look around and finally realizing there's a second floor to this place.
Actually, at this point, when you look up, there's actually multiple floors.
What?
It's like almost
Bigger on the
like 5
inside?
or 6 floors. Yeah.
Yeah, bigger on the inside. Awesome. Then yeah, I'll just go to the second floor where he points to, and I'll start searching around there. Investigation.
What do you get? Man, you're saying basic stuff. You're saying like he sent you to like the lowest of the low, and you're like, I can't do nothing with any of this.
All right, then I take a second to look around the second floor and see if there's any better stuff.
Sure. You're still using that number, so you don't see anything basic. You get to the back door. You knock on it.
I knock. Gloria, are you here?
Cass, darling. Oh yes, 1 second. And she kind of comes up and she opens the door. You see her in like really tight clothes, and you can tell her hair is like all pulled back, like in this nice like massive bun. And she looks behind you and she sees Baltimore, and she goes, "Oh my God, the rat! What can I
So
do?"
good to see you again.
Yes, that's Baltimore and Emerald. They're with me.
Oh, hi! Any friend of Cass is a friend of mine, and Glorian's one of
Oh,
them.
now I'm a friend.
Can we
Look,
speak with
rat, I can send you outside, okay?
Emerald? Can we speak with you for a moment?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And she's like, give her 1 second. She like turns around and she just like lifts off her shirt, and like now you're just looking at bare back. And she's like, oh, 1 second. And she like just takes her robe off and she just kind of throws it around herself. And she's like, okay, I'm ready. What can I do for you, baby?
Have you ever seen this before?
No, I'm not. What is that? You got a tattoo? Girl, I should have done it for you.
I didn't. I had a dream last night. You do tattoos?
Yeah, I do everything, darling. Everything. You name it, I do it.
We had a dream last
Except
night.
women, I don't do that.
We had a
Ew, bitches
dream
sometimes.
last night, and when we woke up, this was what we had on our necks.
Huh. I have no idea what that is, darling. I'm sorry.
After some time of searching for blacksmithing tools, I'm gonna kind of look around for a minute and see, does it seem like anybody's kind of keeping their eye on me, or do I see any of the party members or anything? I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start looking for books on curses and possessions
Sure.
and stuff. Mostly because hearing that voice and seeing his eyes kind of did shake Rahun a little bit.
Sure.
So he wants to learn a little more information.
There's no roll needed. The more and more you look throughout the levels, there's no books here.
There's no books.
It's all pretty much
items
items.
and stuff. Okay, then I'll just.
I mean, you
continue.
find like tomes and
Didn't
stuff.
she have
like
some
magic
books
tomes,
back in
but-
our area? Because we picked up that.
Then I'll continue with my blacksmithing tools, and I'll search multiple floors if I have to. Can I make another investigation?
He's like, God, what'd you get?
I got a 4.
No. You are just looking everywhere for these tools, man. Nothing.
Gloria, can you tell me anything about the mountains in the north?
No, I never go down there, baby. Or up there. Mm-mm. The mountains. Here's where I stay, in Citadel, the fabulous city of Atlas.
But do you know anything about them?
What hearsay Sheer says, nothing crazy. But darling, I don't want to be talking about that kind of stuff. What are you doing? What can I do for you? How about that estate? What's going on with it?
Oh,
Are we
yes,
gonna be building
we should
or
show
not
off the
building?
land.
Yes, absolutely. Give me like an hour. Maybe beautiful like this, gotta go out there and all that wilderness, all the heathens.
Okay,
yeah.
Gloria.
I'll prep up. Finn! What? Help me put on my makeup. Oh, darling, I gotta be watch out here. And you just look straight at Baltimore.
That's just not it.
Yep.
So back in that back area, were there any other books near the ones that I had picked up the other day with Treya?
Oh, there's books all over the place. There's scrolls all over the place.
I just kind of want to leaf through them, see if anything catches my eye.
Sure.
Just kind of pull them out, read the titles.
After a while, Rahoon gets bored of looking for blacksmithing tools. Now he's going to start people watching.
Sure.
Does he find any interesting looking people? People that seem suspicious.
Roll a perception check.
Dude, I haven't rolled a single thing over 10 tonight.
Switch the die up.
I have. I literally have. I got a 10.
10? No. Everybody seems cool, bro.
I try to look for my party now then, as I don't know where anybody's gone.
So you start looking for your party. Eventually the halfling sees you and he's just like, are you... They went in the back.
Thanks. I go to the back. This door here?
Yep, that's it.
Thanks.
So, as you hear that, you see Finn go over to the door. He opens the door. And he's like, huh?
Down here. Hey,
Oh.
what's going on? I let out.
So he kind of, he doesn't let you quiet and he goes, Gloria, we have a midget at the door.
Hey! I'm a dwarf.
Oh, is that what they call you? That's great. Shit.
Hey, it's Cass back there.
Yes, Cass, is he one of yours?
I
Yes.
take a sip of my mug and then I belch in his face. In the direction of his face.
Cass, come get your pet, please, before I knock his face in. And he
I'd
just
like to
kind
see
of
you try.
he just kind of starts walking away.
So I come over and kind of grab Rahoon by the ear.
Hey! Hey! Hey!
Stop stirring up trouble.
I didn't do anything this time. I just knocked on the door.
Alright, so you guys are all there.
Sweet.
Rahoon, we're just waiting on Gloria. She's gonna take us to the land. To my land that I probably made.
Oh, cool.
So,
How long is that gonna take?
She said to give her an hour.
Well then, let's go get some food or something.
So I turn to Finn. Excuse me, Finn. May I ask you a question?
anything for you, baby.
I heard about a shrine that's roughly 2 days south of here. Do you know anything about that?
Are you talking about the Forgotten Temple?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's some bozos that go out there every now and then trying to figure out something with it, but they either end up dead or they come back and they give up. I mean, hey, baby, if you want to go, I'll go with you. We can make some forbidden love up in that temple. Never mind. Forbidden love, you know what I mean? Like, forbidden, and, we get some girls.
Okay. Perfect. So
I look
today's-
over at Cass. I'm like,
Go there.
interesting friends.
Okay.
I start just picking up books.
Sure.
I don't even ask. I literally just start picking up books and like flipping through them.
Sure. You can't read none of it.
None of it. It's all
None of
Elvish
it.
and shit.
Yeah, you're like, does anything in this place dwarven or comic?
Place is useless.
Uh,
Hey, you own this establishment, right?
yeah.
Why can't I find anything useful?
Maybe because the pet store is down the street?
Call me a pet one more time. I'm gonna break both your fucking legs.
Pet.
Look over at Cass.
Don't even.
I mean, hey, I have my dog somewhere around here.
I definitely on that point just walk out the door.
Okay.
I go, find me later when you guys are done chit-chatting. I'm
So-
gonna go find food.
Yeah, no problem. So Finn, you go and Finn kind of goes over and he goes, he kind of takes a minute and he's like, if you need the kennel's down the left. And as the halfling just kind of like looks over to you and he's like, he comes over and he's like, I'm so sorry.
The halfling?
We apologize. He's like, on behalf of the store and
The
behalf of
halfling
the, yeah,
says
the halfling. He's like, look, Finn is just, he's Finn. He's my boss. He's like, I apologize. We do
I
want to
just
keep
hold
your
up my
business.
hand to his face. Where can I get some grub out
You just go out the door, right across the street. There is a tavern there.
here? Awesome. Also, I have money and I will pay. Find me good quality blacksmithing tools around this shop because I can't find a single thing. I will be back.
Well, we just have basic stuff here. If you want something a little bit more magical, they're going to be down at the smithy.
Thank you. I like it. You're good. Us shortlings need to stick together.
Again, on behalf of the Glorium's Winter Emporium, I do appreciate and apologize for your time.
Yeah. I walk
He walks out.
out. I go grab food first.
All right. So right across the street, you see a big sign called the Wet Whistle. It's as you walk in, it's a tavern. You see people are eating, drinking, having fun, just enjoying their time there. You can tell it's not kind of crowded, but there's people there.
Seem like anybody's making any bets or doing any gambling or no? Okay. I go sit up at the bar and I just ask.
What money do you have in you?
I have 40 gold on me actually.
He's like,
Thank you
I
very
have-
much. I have money this time, okay? I'm gonna go and bartender, I want whatever meal you give me for the low. Like
Lolo,
Low.
I have a combo. Today's special, meat and drink, 10 gold coins.
how about just the meat for 5 gold coins?
Meat is actually 8.
I will do that.
All right, no problem. So he's like, hey, I need a meat, please. And you just see somebody come out and they just have like a little plate of meat and then you just kind of set it down and you start eating.
Awesome. Am I sitting next to anybody?
No, there's nobody at the bar. Like I said, it's not really crowded. It's just a couple
But-
people.
Just a couple people. Awesome. I'll go sit down next to somebody, or I'll go to a table that has maybe 1 or 2 people.
Sure.
And I just say, all right, if I eat with company, I don't want to be.
Yeah, you see a couple there, and they're just kind of eating, and they're like, yes, please, enjoy.
Thank you. And I just kind of sit down and I just leave my ears open for conversations for anything.
Sure. So Gloria finally comes out. You see her, she's nice, very bright colors, very just kind of all over the place, and she's like, all right, darling. She kind of lifts up her boobs. Time to go outside. And she just kind of gives like this big boisterous walk, and you can tell like she is just flaunting everything. And she opens her and she just, and she walks. And Finn is like, oh shit. He goes out, and then
I'm feeling myself.
yeah,
Finn,
yeah,
are you
yeah, that's exactly. She's literally got like, I'm feeling good, walking good, I am good type attitude.
She is Beyonce
And
right
she
now.
like, she goes to open the door, she turns back, she goes, where are we going again?
Well, first we have to get Rahun from the tavern. Then let's make our way to the land.
Who's driving?
The
She wasn't
The
there.
dwarf.
Oh, door? Oh, okay. Hello, glorious day. Gloria is feeling good. And she walks out. And she's like, all right, now where's everybody? And as people walk by, she's like,
Judging every single
yeah,
person she sees.
she judges everybody. And if somebody looks nicer than her, she's just like,
Whatever.
yeah, just, you can tell. She,
You ain't shit.
yeah. So where's the door?
I'll run into the tavern and grab him. So I run into the tavern.
While she was still getting ready and I was in this tavern and everything, eating and drinking and whatnot, the couple who I was sitting with, every time their drink seemed to get low, I was just like, allow me. And I fill up their drinks. I'm talking, I want to get a couple people, like, the couple people who are here, I want them to be drunk when she comes.
Yeah, I mean, your drink's like intense, so you get almost everybody's drunk in the back.
That's
Yeah.
perfect. And I want us, like, when she's coming in, I want us all to be just singing like shanties and shit, and we're just being obnoxious as possible.
All right. So as you walk in, you come into this tavern where it just reeks of alcohol. And you come in and people are there just like at this point, like everybody's together, like arm in arm, cup and cup, and they're like, and they're like,
Hey, guys, this is my friend.
I hate to kill the party, but we gotta go.
I let out a big, like, obnoxious burp and stuff, and I spill some of my ale and whatnot on me, and I walk over. Okay, this is fun, everybody. I'll be back.
As he walks out the door, I shove like a thing of water or something.
As she
Drink
does
water.
that, I just go back to normal.
okay.
So,
Oh shit, Rahoon.
yes, I am, and I continue walking out.
All right, so you guys walk out. Gloria's like, oh yeah, it's okay, great. All right, now let's move. All these people are just cramping me, cramping my style. So you guys begin walking. She takes you outside of the city. Just kind of, and as she passes by, she's like, oh hey, hi, and then she walks by something, and she just keeps kind of walking. You know, you can tell she's well known throughout the city. There are some people that just kind of like. You can tell, like, they're snotty, she's snotty, they don't mingle.
I stay in the back. I keep my eye out for any other dwarves that I see.
You see a couple of them just kind of out and about, but you can tell
I'm
none
looking
of
for
them.
specific ones.
Yeah, no, you don't see any of those. So you finally get out to the city, you go, keep going down, like, I'd probably say, like a fourth of a day out, there's like a huge plot of land, and she's like, all this is yours.
All this land?
Yes.
And
But you see that dark spot over there? You don't go over there. You don't go over
I immediately start walking
What's
over
over
there.
there?
there. No, just trees, woods. Then it kind of gets, more dense.
I get to the edge of it.
Yeah, you get to the edge of it. You look out in the wood.
Make a perception check.
This will be perfect.
I mean, no
All the
perception
trees
needed,
right
nothing
next to
else.
the land for Corvus.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of talking out loud.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
I'll just keep my eye on that.
She's
one
like,
part
there's
the
enough
whole
room
time.
here. I think me and Finn discovered that you could probably put about an 8-bedroom, 8-bath mansion here pretty well.
Really?
Yes,
And I can make this part of garden over here for Atreya?
Oh, yes, baby. Garden that up.
With my history with stonework and everything, would Rahun be able to give a suggestion on the best type of stone that
Yeah.
we could use to
Mhm.
build and everything like that?
I mean, yeah, you know the basic stone structures and stuff like. You never actually built or constructed a house, so you can give a good.
I'm not saying
estimate on
that, but I mean more of the fact, like, I want to be able to, like, be like, no, that's not. We shouldn't use that stone. We should use this
Yeah.
stone.
Rahun, do you know anything about constructing a house?
I can definitely construct some swords and stuff, but not a house. But I can tell you what stones would be better that will last longer and stuff. That I can definitely do. So when we go shopping for that, I can definitely make sure we're not getting sweaty.
Well, darling dwarf, look, let me tell you something. You just find out what you want, and we'll take care of the rest. Don't worry about constructing. You tell us what stone you want, all this other stuff, and any extras you may want from this establishment, and me and Finn will take care of it for you. More so Finn, but somebody's got to watch over him.
Well, could you get me stone from an asteroid?
Me? Quite possibly. I'm sure Finn can figure it out. He knows all these kind of inner things.
Now, in your lore, would asteroids still be one of the more tougher and have magical properties to it? Or
Quite possibly, you don't know. I
Just
mean,
depends.
you yourself have only, you just know of asteroids. You've never actually seen an asteroid.
well, that's but
Just
just history of knowing that asteroids usually strong.
why don't you make
material.
a stonework check?
Stonework?
Yeah.
Just a history check essentially, but I get advantage on it.
Gloria, how far is the slums from here?
I'm sorry, one more time.
How far is the slums from here?
13.
The slums is on the other side of the city. Your father wanted to make sure, or not your father, her father, wanted to make sure that she was nowhere near the slums.
13.
You know that they could be used for magical properties, you're not sure.
That's my biggest suggestion is if we can get a meteorite stone, they tend to be better with magic and having their own magical properties.
Okay.
So it's just a suggestion. I've only read it in books. I've never really seen it.
But I mean, if
before.
you're gonna get a big glob of meteorite and construct that, it's gonna be quite pricey.
I don't think we need to make the whole place out of meteorite, but we should definitely reinforce some walls with meteorite. Maybe more important places like the armory or something, or the vault. That way we put up like
I like that. Armory and Vault. I can definitely write that down if you wish. Yes. Like I said, just make me a list, honey. Dwarf. Dwarf Dog. Can I call you Dwarf Dog?
That's fine.
Dwarf Dodge.
Don't call me a dog or a pet.
Okay. Why on earth would I give you that?
I don't know. Finn here loves to.
Finn's leather. You didn't fall out.
Oh, Finn. Your associate likes to rile things up and call me names.
Did he get under your skin? I mean, he knows how to get under some men's skin. I'll tell him that.
Yes.
Does she look at me when she says that?
No.
I do though.
At this point, Gloria's like, she looks over the sun and she's like, unfortunately, I have to get back. I have some business to attend to. I have a meeting that I have to get. Much to see and much to do. You know what I mean? Is there anything else I can do for you?
Can I ask you a couple more questions?
Just a couple, dear. I got to go.
I know. Do you know Haggerton?
Haggerton? No. Love to meet the man, though. If I knew of him. Friend of your father?
Yes. We saw him on the ship we were on, and he kind of directed us here towards the Citadel and said that I needed to find you. I thought maybe you knew of him.
Oh, your father had many friends, darling.
Do you know, that was my second question, do you know of any other people in town that my father knows?
Quite a lot of them. I don't know if they would recognize you right off the bat, but I can let out a little letter saying that you have arrived.
That would be wonderful, or if you could introduce me to them.
Absolutely.
Later.
I cannot introduce you. I have lots to do, and my calendar is kind of booked.
Tell him to find us at the Soaring Griffin.
There's a lot of friends. I don't think you understand how many friends your father actually had, or her father actually had. But when you encounter them, I would tell them that you're in town. Just let them know your name.
Thanks, Gloria.
And she just kind of like does some incantation as like a scroll just kind of, and she just starts writing on it. And you just see it kind of split up, and then it just. She's like, message is delivered. Is there anything else?
No, that's all.
Very well.
Thank you for showing us here.
No problem. No, thank you, darling. It's always a pleasure to see you. Dwarf, darling, I shall see you another time. And Baltimore, it's been nice seeing you and Emerald Rat. Have a good day.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Speaking of, where is the rat?
Do you have anything that might be able to help him walk so I'm not carrying him? Like some type of magical restoration thing?
Well, what's wrong with him?
He just came back from the dead.
Clerics. Clerics are good things. They might be able to help you out. I myself don't have a restoration spell if that's what you're looking for. Other than that, I shall see you guys next time you come find me at Glorian's Wonder Emporium.
I go back, yeah. I just go back over to the tree line where she said not to go.
Sure.
I just kind of stare over there for a little while.
Stare.
So
So you guys are free
I'm
to do
just
what
kind
you
of walking around.
This is
Looking
all
it up.
mine. It's
She's
all
like, over here's
mine.
gonna be this, over here's gonna be that. She's like, you gonna play the grass, and you gonna play the grass, and you gonna play the grass.
Drop Emerald in his face.
One more time?
I drop Emerald in his face.
Alright. Emerald. Is he there? I can't even
Nope.
tell.
No. Emerald.
What's he doing? Emerald's gone, everybody. He has
BJ.
left the building. I don't think that's him. It looks. I think his chair's like.
No, I know. That's what I'm trying to see if you can hear
I
us.
think he went to use the restroom.
Oh, okay. Well, why don't we just go ahead and take a break right here, real quick, and then we'll come back.
Okay.
All right. We'll see you guys. Give us like Alright, and welcome back. Our heroes are at the plot of land that her father gave her. Emerald is somewhere we have no idea. We've tried calling him, but he should be back shortly, hopefully. If not, oh well. Might miss out on something big. Right?
What he's missing out on is XP.
There he is.
He's getting nothing this week.
So, we'll pick it back up. What do you guys do?
I'm still just kind of looking out in the forest and everything like that. Just kind of keeping an eye on, looking for anything that might, why it would be a reason to avoid it, you know? Like she said.
I mean, you get the sense that it's probably not going to be right there. It's probably going to be more deeper into the forest.
I understand, but I'm just trying to get like a basic perception of it.
No perception needed. Everything looks fine.
Baltimore, I heard you asking about the temple. Were you trying to go there?
Yes, I would love to go there.
Well, if you don't mind, I'd like to come with you. I don't want you to go by yourself.
I mean, like I said, it's not, we don't, like, this wasn't something that I want to go to. I mean, I would like to go as soon as possible, but that does not mean now, preferably. Like, honestly, I kind of, like, gesture to myself. I'm like, I have nothing magical anymore on me whatsoever, outside of my relic. So, I would like to try to find some way to purchase an item that can help with healing. Because if there is some type of trial, I mean, I don't know. I'm thinking that if this is a place of forgotten gods, then there's gotta be some super precautions that are placed when it comes to the trials that is going to make things a lot more difficult, potentially.
The trial's tomorrow, right?
No, there's no,
It's not. I thought there was a date.
We got paid. Everything got paid off.
No, they had a bail on. They had a trial, like a jury trial, where the crime was committed, but they were paid out. We don't know from who, but they were paid out. And then he's saying that there's a trial, like there's some kind of like tests or something that's gonna happen at the shrine. He doesn't know.
Well,
doesn't
I'm
mean
sure.
Finn did mention that people who go out there sometimes die.
Right.
So,
Which is why I don't want you to go by yourself. Don't just get any crazy ideas and think you need to go.
Oh no, this is not one of those times where I feel like going by myself. I would definitely appreciate if everybody. And I kind of look at Emerald and I'm like, even the old guy.
And he's just laying there. He's like, I'm still limp. I'm still dead weight. You're gonna have to carry me.
Well, I'm sure with how big the city is that we could find something that you're looking for.
Yeah, I think the person told me the halfling said that if not Gloria's Emporium, that there's another place, but I forgot what the name is, that also sells magical items. I'd like to go check them out just to see the pricing. He did say that they're a lot more expensive, but I'm just curious.
I start to take a step or two into the forest.
Okay.
As I break the tree line, do I feel or sense anything?
Nope.
Take another couple steps.
Sure.
No, I'll just kind of, I'll turn it back around and go back to the
So now that we've seen the place, are you all ready to head back into town?
Yeah, sure. I want to go visit the blacksmith anyway. Well, one of them. Smithy Willies or something like that. You guys ready to go?
I grabbed Emerald by the back of his shirt and I just start dragging him.
Alright. Alright, so you guys head back to town.
Now, how long is that going to take?
A fourth of the day.
So about midday we'll be getting back then?
Yeah. Okay, you guys get back. You notice that the city guard's there, then they're like, you know, doors are open. It's not really anything being crazy. However, there's somebody there. Guy with a big coat. He was like, hey!
Turn luck.
Are you, Cass? You Cass?
Yeah. I'm Cass.
Yeah, I'm a friend of your father.
Hi. What's your name?
Oh, my name's Wilson.
How long did you know my father?
Long time ago, way back. Me and him go way back. He helped me out with a couple things.
Cut my hand open, smear the blood there, and just go up to his face and just.
You're kidding, right? Okay. He's like, hey, I got some friends that want to meet you, or that want to meet you. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, come on out.
Cass, we don't really know this is.
I know, but he knows my father.
Anybody can say it.
Not everybody would know that Cass.
Okay.
Hey, Kat, did you know I knew your father?
What?
See?
Yeah, I knew your father.
See? Anybody can say it. Baltimore, you understand what I mean, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Just caution. If you want to go with him, we'll follow you. But we don't.
Well,
know
come
where he's
on
at.
then.
Okay. I give Baltimore a very worried look.
So
I pick
yes.
up Emerald, so I'm not dragging him anymore.
No problem. So after some time, you pass the Soaring Griffin, and Emerald's like,
There he is.
oh, now you want to show up? Get out of here. You're done. Get out of here.
15 minutes before we're done with the show.
Oh, I thought we were going to 12. What are you saying?
Oh, we're going to 12?
I don't know.
Good.
Is everybody okay?
Yeah. So what's the plan?
Well, we're back in the city.
Yeah, you're back in the city. You're being dragged.
We went
Wonderful.
and saw the land that Cassandra owns. Cassophilia. Not Cassandra, Cassophilia.
And Cass met somebody that knows her father. So you're currently following him.
Oh, I'm walking now.
No, you're still being dragged.
Great, that's all I needed to know.
Alright. So you pass the Soaring Griffin. And you notice that he, like, if you were to go past the Soaring Griffin and turn right, you'd be heading toward Gloria and Fitton. He turns left. You pass the Temple of Valor, and you start heading down into the lower tier, where you know that the city isn't tiered up, but there's no actual wall. It's all just kind of meshed in with one another. He goes into the lower part, and he's like, yeah, sorry it's been so long. It's actually right around the corner here. And he turns into a corner, and you notice that this corner is actually an alleyway. And he's like, yeah, we come around here, we cut across there, and then actually that's how that block kind of works.
Cass, I don't think we should go down this way.
Where is it you're taking us?
My buddy's house? Johnson's house?
Insight check.
What's the worst that can happen?
Among us.
So I pull Emerald up to his feet and I say, all right, start walking by yourself.
4? He's telling the truth. We're going to Johnson's house. And based on the way of the layout of the city thus far, you know that's probably a shortcut. Yeah.
So I look at Rahoon like, really? And I follow. I turn around. Keep going.
Okay.
And then I turn around again. Are you
I'm the
coming?
last one. I'm the last one to go through this alleyway. I stand there for a minute. I just grip my axe in my hand, my ass cheek and other.
How'd you say you know my father? He helped you out.
Yeah.
Seems
He
he was quite generous.
He was. He helped us a lot. He helped me
What?
get on my feet when I was broke. Helped my wife. Helped my child. Helped me a lot. I owe him a lot.
Insight check.
Go ahead.
What's not to trust?
What's not to trust?
Anyone and everything.
What was that?
25.
You believe him.
Keep an eye on the other buddies. Is it just him? It's just him, right?
Yeah, it's just him. Yeah.
And I mean, I'm clearly like keeping my passive perception up, seeing if anybody
Yeah.
looks suspicious
I
as we're
started
walking
looking
down
around
this
us
way.
now.
Okay. Everybody's getting precautious. I got it.
Except for me. I'm like, this
Yeah.
guy is my father.
Anybody who mentions her father, she's like, yes!
Yes, yes. So you guys keep walking. You notice that this actually is quite of a deep alleyway. It's actually like you guys are pretty far into this alleyway, and you keep looking forward, and you're expecting it to turn.
But it doesn't.
But it just seems like you go forward. And he just seems fine. He just seems just clearly just walking.
I look on the rooftops and behind us.
Yeah. You having danger sense, you know that this is off. Like this is way off.
Oh yeah.
Um,
I also have something else that's like with danger sense.
yeah,
and
that's
something.
what I'm saying. That's your danger sense. It's kind of tingling at this point. And like, hey, this is kind of not right.
It's definitely ambushy.
And he goes, and then eventually Wilson just kind of comes to a halt, and he goes up to the door and he kind of knocks.
Guys,
He's just waiting there.
I don't think this is a good idea. I think we should probably get out of here.
I got my hand on my sword.
Okay. Door opens. You see a little kid comes in there. He goes, hey, buddy, how's it going? He's like, you want to come inside? He's like, this is my son. He's Wilson Jr.
I lean down. Hi, Wilson.
Hi.
I'm Cass.
You're cute. And he just kind of goes inside.
Does anybody else get
I look
like,
back at the group like, am I going in? Or are you following me? Or are you going to make me
That's
drive me out of here?
I just kind of hesitantly walk up with her. I go, where are you?
Yeah.
going?
So you guys walk in?
Oh,
So you walk in. You notice it's a basic house. Living room space. You see a room off to the side with a little bed. Doors open so you can see actually like the bed inside. Everything's kind of made. And you see a girl. You see a wife, or his wife, kind of walking around. And she's like, hi. She's like, my name is Clara. He told us that we couldn't really believe it, but you know, it's actually pretty cool that you know you were in. You know, this is if it wasn't for your father, we wouldn't have this house.
hi, Claire.
I start investigating the house.
Like you just start opening drawers and stuff.
I just kind of look around with what is present.
Sure, make an investigation check.
Yes, finally. 19.
You notice it's a basic house. The only thing kind of like off the wall is that he has like a variety of different swords at the door, like the front door. And they're all prodded up against the door, as if like if he were to walk out, he'd just pick one of them and then walk out. And he just kind of sits down. He just grabs, you know, just some drink, and he's like, please tell me where you guys been? What are you guys doing? What are you guys?
Well, we haven't been in the city for very long. Only a few days.
Cool.
I came sort of looking for information about my father.
Good man. He was here long time ago. Probably like a long time ago. I mean, I know he came when you were like but a pup.
Well, he seems to not want me to find him. So,
Yeah.
but anyway, we've been staying at the Soaring Griffin, and been.
Soren
thinking-
Griffin's a good place. I hear they have security.
Yeah. And we've been meeting with Finn and Gloria. They're the only people in town really I know of, until you, that knew my father.
Very well.
What's your name again?
Wilson?
Wilson and
Wilson Jr.
Claire.
Claire.
Claire. Gotcha. Okay. How long have you been here?
As long as I can remember. I mean, believe it or not, he kind of takes a sit back and he's like, believe it or not, I actually was homeless. Clara, I met her once, but it wasn't until your dad actually met me, kind of picked me up, gave me a job. So
Job? Doing what?
I was just helping the local alchemist, just gathering herbs and stuff, gathering plants, things like that.
Is that what my father did?
No. He just knew them. He just knew the alchemist. So I just was allowed to help him, and I got paid, and then I did my job well, so I was able to get a house. Or I met Clara, and then we had a date. And
So this is your house?
yes.
Do you know what my father did?
Not really. I know he helped out a lot of people, but that's pretty much it. He was kind of like one of those guys
I
that
feel
just
like
anybody.
he disappeared because he got in trouble, or he found himself in a tight spot.
I don't think he got in trouble, not that I can remember. And he kind of like looks over at Clara, and Clara's like, I want everybody to make an investigation check. Or actually, you know what? Make an insight. So just take whatever your number roll and make an insight.
9.
12, 9. Over.
What about danger
Or-
sense? Give me advantage.
14.
See if that straightens up.
By the way, these are my friends. This is Emerald in Baltimore and Raccoon.
You
There we
did
go.
say insight, right?
Insight, yeah.
All right, 25.
25. Baltimore, or not Baltimore, I'm sorry. Emerald, what'd you get?
14.
14? Yeah, so, Baltimore, you're the only one that notices, but, his hand is, like, shaking. You can tell that he's kind of scared. Like, he's, almost doing something that he's not wanting to do, but he's
So where's Johnson?
starting to show it. Johnson's on his way.
And I thought we were going to his house, but we're here at your house.
I figured my house might be a little bit better.
Claire, how long have you and Wilson here been together?
Oh, we've been together for quite a while. Like you said, we met after he got his job, which was back when her father came. So it's
And when was it that you last seen her father?
how old are you, Cass?
I don't know.
Well, you're an elf, right? So you're probably like what, close to 100 years old.
Oh, I don't know.
So you guys live pretty long. So about pretty long back. I mean, they're elves too, so you can tell that they're
I
How,
look at the
how far is
eyes.
the cast from me?
Cass. I mean, she's not but like 5-10 feet. Not even.
I look at the eyes.
You guys are all pretty much within the same vicinity.
I look at the eyes of both of them.
I
And look
step
at the
up
eyes of this
towards
child.
Cass. I step up towards Cass and I kind of whisper. I'm not like I'm trying to casually walk up, to not seem like suspicious or whatnot. But when I'm like maybe within like a foot of her, behind her or whatnot, I want to try to whisper under my breath in Draconic. His hand is shaking. I believe this is a trap.
Do you know Draconic?
Yeah.
You do? Okay.
I look at the eyes of the mother and the father, and I look at the eyes of the child. Are they all the same?
Yeah, all brown.
All brown? Hair color? All the same?
Yeah, all the same. Yeah. Oh,
I just realized we were supposed to meet with Gloria.
right as you say that, the front two windows, like the doors off to the side, and then there's a big window out front. You literally see Corvus just run right into the window, and he's just flapping at the window, just like frantically, and then he like bolts off.
I run straight to the
What the
front
heck?
door. Thought I was already standing by because I was inspecting this
Oh,
room.
there's another window.
So Cygnus, run back to the door. Like, not run right out the door.
Well, that was the front door. The front door is what you saw. You guys came in the back door.
Oh.
I'll still run to the front door then. I'll open it up.
Do we want to go out the
It's
front
locked.
door, or should we just go
So you
out
go
the
and you
back
just,
door?
and he's like, you can go out the back.
Why can't we go out this door?
Probably wouldn't recommend it.
Why?
I don't know. That leads you out to the street. We're not in the best part of town.
We need to get to Corvus. Corvus is obviously freaking out. Just open up the door.
I don't think I will. What's wrong with you?
That bird. That bird is our
That's
companion.
my companion. That's Corvus.
So can you open up the door, please, so we can see what's going on?
Sure. So he kind of comes over to the door and he opens the door. You don't see Corvus, but you see a whole bunch of people just walking back and forth on Basic Street.
Heck.
Call for him.
Corvus? I look around. I kind of like.
Baltimore, you're still in the back, right?
Well, I was standing right behind Cass, so
Well,
if
she
ran,
moved, so that.
I'm following her at this point.
All right, so you guys went to the front. Emerald, did you go up to the front too?
Yeah, I'm just following the group at this point.
But I'm still watching the people, mainly the wife and child.
Okay.
Who
And they're
am I-
just sitting there.
Who am I closest to?
Ranun's at the door, then it'd be you, then Emerald, or then Baltimore, then Emerald. So you guys are like in the living room now. So it's like door, living room, kitchen, back door.
I go to the back door now and I open up that one to see if Corvus.
Door's been open.
Corvus anywhere around there.
I can't see him. I don't know where he went.
Go up the back door and go that way. It'll lead you back out to the street.
So go back out the back way.
So you go back.
So
To
walk back in the front door. Go out the back way. Look around, see if he's ever.
you walk out the back. You look around. You
Corvus?
don't see anything, but you just see the two buildings.
Guys, what are we doing here?
Wilson, why is your hand shaking?
My hand, and he just kind of pulls the hand down, and he's like, I just have issues, like if I don't have enough sugar, I just start shaking.
Inside check.
Insight check.
Nope, natural one.
22.
Yeah, I have that same problem.
He's telling the truth.
With a 22, I know he's telling the truth.
Yeah, he's telling the truth.
I don't think I have any candy to give him. Alright. Well,
We need to find Corvus.
Yeah, I'm still standing
Is
outside.
this a
I'll
human
call Corvus.
person?
Corvus?
I'm gonna go with.
They're
Cass.
elves.
I'm gonna go with Cass.
they're elf.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go out with Cass.
How many languages do you speak, Wilson?
3.
Which languages do you speak?
Common, Elvish, and Sylvan.
And your wife and child, I assume, speak the same?
My wife doesn't. She just speaks common and Elvish, and my son speaks Elvish and common.
You know anybody who speaks Celestial by chance?
I don't. I have heard that language before. Like I've heard other people talking it, but never actually learned it.
Do you know of any stores around here that might sell books on languages, like how to learn languages or anything like that?
Is my danger sign still going on? Like intense.
I mean, yeah. I mean, to you, I mean, all the judge does is it just allows you to be able to feel if the situation is wrong, not necessarily how much danger you're in. It's just
how.
it's just hey, this doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, I don't actually. I don't.
Is there like a second story to this place?
No. So you're outside, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm outside.
I'm still
You're
staying
outside
around.
with it. And so at this point, Clara, the only one that can actually see this with passive perception is Baltimore. But Clara, the wife, you can tell that she keeps kind of veering off over to like a clock that they have, like their version of a clock.
With my danger sense and stuff still going on, and the fact that what happened with just now with Corvus, I'm gonna go inside and I'm gonna be like, all right, I don't care who your friend is, you need to tell us why you brought us here now. I'm gonna use intimidation.
Okay, roll an intimidation, sure.
Please be a natural one.
Why'd you roll twice?
Because it hit my other dice and it
Oh,
wasn't
okay.
really like an actual roll.
Sure.
21.
Yeah, sounds good. Clara kind of looks at the clock, and then you say that, and then she's like, "I can't do this anymore. You need to get out. They're coming for you." And the guy's like, "We're gonna do this now." he's like, "You just doomed our kid," and like he's like, "Look, please go." He's like, "Look, just go." He's like, and Clara's like, "Just go out the back, go down the side."
What about your child? What's going
The
on?
guild have our child. Please leave.
Who's this child then?
And as you hear that, you hear a horn.
I look to see where the horn's coming from.
You're in the house. You don't know anything. You see dots pop up from the building.
Who's your other child? I thought this was your child. Who is this?
His sister.
Oh.
And the kid, you can tell the kid's like, wait, what? And the kid is like oblivious to everything that's going on right now. Like,
Yeah.
the kid is like, what do you
What
mean? Where's
guild?
Alyssa?
What guild?
The Thieves Guild.
Here in the city.
Will you please leave?
No, you brought us here.
Then you just doomed us all. And you, all of a sudden, you just see some people just like literally throw a rope down, like on either side, and then you just see people just jump off, and they're starting to come down.
I start running.
You just run down the hallway. All right, so Baltimore's the only one that's gonna see this. From the door, from inside the house, from the doorway, you see Cass, and she just bolts.
Look, we can help you, but you have to tell us what's going on.
I take off running after Cass.
All right, so
At this point, hearing what he said, Cass is kind of feeling
You didn't-
guilty because it's like, I came here, but I know because of the history and stuff that people were wanting to find me because of the connection with my father, that now I feel like I just brought harm to this family.
Would she actually
So
hear
I'm
this
like-
with her being outside though? She actually.
oh yeah, they were yelling.
Oh okay.
Yeah, they were yelling.
So now I'm feeling like part guilty, part scared, and I'm like, I just freak out and I dash.
So you dash. Baltimore, upon coming outside, you see people literally halfway down the building making their way down.
Yep. As I'm running, which I was gonna do this anyway. I don't know if I need a turn or whatever, but if it's okay, as I'm running out of the building, I would like, as soon as I see Cass start to run and I start to chase after her, I want to cast Beacon of Hope.
Okay.
If that's okay.
Yeah, what's it do again? Oh yeah, it gives all your heals max, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, you bolt out, you cast Beacon of Hope. Emerald, what are you doing?
I'm gonna find a seat.
Sounds good.
What the?
Just
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I start looking around at everything that's happening and stuff, and I just turn to them and I say, "Look, we'll get your child back. I promise."
They're gonna kill us.
Did I hear him make that promise?
Yeah, you're running out the door when I make that promise, yeah?
So as I finish casting Beacon of Hope and I hear him say that, I say, last time you made that promise, everyone died, and I run out the door.
And you see the guy. He just gets up, and he goes over to the door, and he just takes all of them, and he just puts them on, and he's like, Clara, take Wilson Jr. And he's like, go in the room, and he just stands at the door, and he's like essentially ready to just.
I stand next to him with my axe drawn.
You stand next to him with your axe drawn.
With my axe drawn.
Oh.
I just turn to him. I go, this doesn't forgive what you tried to do to us.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Have I found a seat?
Yeah, you found a seat at the kitchen table.
Great. I'm sitting down.
And I feel like I need to clarify this one thing. My Beacon of Hope says I have to choose any number of creatures. I'm assuming cast is outside of 30 feet when I finish casting. However, the people I was going to cast it on is Emerald, Rahun, myself, and then all three of them.
Okay.
Because I'm assuming that cast is out of range.
Yeah,
30.
she bolted, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to cast the rest of it on them.
Alright. So, Cass, you kept running, and all of a sudden you see two people just drop down. One has two swords, the other one has a bow. And they're like, where are you going? And as you go to turn back around real quick.
I whip my arrow out, like and have it.
Yeah, that's fine. You pull it out, and you take a step, and you take a moment to look behind you as three more drop behind you, right in between you and Baltimore. As Baltimore, you come out, you turn the corner, you're running after Cass. You see two people cut her off, then three people drop right in front of you, and then you notice one guy is behind you. And then you notice that Rahun and Emerald never stepped out of the building.
So I'm going to say this one time, that we can either have a conversation politely as civilized individuals, or this is about to get really messy. And I'm not even trying to be aggressive. I'm not even trying to intimidate. I'm just blatantly saying this comment.
So, yeah, you say that in common, and he goes, "That's fine. We can be civil." And you see the one guy behind you, as he's just got two daggers. He's just got two daggers, and he just seems poised. He doesn't seem ready or aggressive or anything. He just seems poised, and he's like, "Yeah, we can talk." He's like, "You just give me the deed to the estate and all the rights with the money, and we can call this even."
You think I just walk around with that in my pocket?
No, but I figure if we hold you hostage, I'm sure they'll give it up.
You know what I also think? Just curious. Cass, shut up. And also, what deed, what money, what are you even talking about? And what do you mean by, we'll call it even? Was there some debt that was supposed to be paid?
Not necessarily, but we do know that you have money that your father left you, and
Wait, you know my father?
no, Cats.
I don't even know my father. That's insane that you know my father.
I thought we were gonna talk civilly. If we're just gonna play around games, I'd rather just get this done and over with.
I am talking civilly. Civilized.
Very well. Let's begin this. As we'll go ahead and pick up next week with everybody rolling initiative.
Cool.
What?
So with that,
It's underneath that box, isn't it?
I just put a fresh dip in. What? I was ready to go.
We appreciate you guys staying tuned. I know we went a little over. We were gonna go till 12, but with some people passing out and stuff, we figured maybe we'll just pick this up again as we go into a battle that could take some time and some mental thought. So we appreciate you guys staying tuned. Get us on Facebook, like us. I'll put this up on YouTube. We'll get this going and have some fun. Appreciate you guys staying tuned, sticking with us, staying on YouTube. We'll see you guys next week here on Epic Interactions. Bye guys. Keep it epic.